Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first of its kind experience, a live virtual signing like no other. And tonight, it's all about romantasy. Before we jump into the fun, we want to give a huge thank you to the amazing teams over at Beventi and here at Love on Demand, where we are broadcasting live from the studio in Austin, Texas, our little love lounge, if you will. If you're new here and wondering who's behind the scenes of Beventi, Beventi is the on-to-go place for all things romantasy events, just romance events in general, from conventions to signings to everything in between. It's also the best place to pre-order your books from, okay? It's all in one place and you don't have to go to authors one by one and like the links in their bios, okay? It's super convenient for authors and readers like us. And then Love on Demand. Think of us kind of like as the MTV of romance. We're your source for romance news, entertainment, from red carpet coverage from your favorite romance films to exclusive content straight out of the Love on Demand studio. We've always got content coming your way, so make sure to follow us on social medias so you always stay connected. Tonight, we are thrilled to be joined by some absolutely incredible authors. Like, I'm so excited. You guys, are you itching like I am? The creators of these books that make us swoon, cry, believe in magic, and they'll be answering your burning questions and mine, and playing some fun games along the way. Super exciting announcement to share. We're going to be giving away some incredible special editions. We have 3 that we're going to sneak peek right now. One from author A.K. Kuntz, and this is going to be a special edition of To Tame a Shifter. Gorgeous. This is a fierce, no-nonsense heroine is forced to navigate a world of dangerous dragon shifters. I don't know about you, but I'm a dragon girly. Deadly secrets and undeniable desires in this slow burn romantasy full of bite. Olivia Wildstein for My Dark Beast special edition. Do you guys clock those sprayed edges? I'm like, I want to know what that looks like without the dust jacket too. There's got to be surprises under there. And this one is A Sleeping Beauty meets Hades and Persephone's retelling. Like, an amazing combination for me. I'm already sold. And then Hannah Hayes has given us a copy of Storm of Shadows in a special edition hardback, Black Edition. And this is the first book of the Firestone Academy series, when a mortal girl enters a cursed Fae Academy to uncover the truth about her sister's death. All right, so we're going to bring our first author up to interview, Meg Halcyon. So Meg is the creator of the spellbinding Soulworn Chronicles, okay? The first book is Deathbound. It is out now. It is amazing. And she's a rising star in the romantasy world that you definitely want to keep your eye out for. So I have a question for you. What makes the Dragon King so irresistible?
Well, I just love a villain. I mean,
Who
like,
doesn't? Who doesn't, girl?
no, who doesn't? Like, especially the kind that makes you question everything. You know what I mean? Um, and the Dragon King isn't evil just for the sake of it. Like he's
There's
broken
intention.
by loss. Like I love like a broken hero. Like a tragic backstory. Give it to me. And he's
I
like
can fix
twisted.
him. I can fix him with my
Yes,
pussy.
I can fix him, okay? And he's twisted by power and he's like driven by his like deeply personal things. And he's dangerous but vulnerable. And he's got like rage and grief all in one like
Memory.
6'4" chiseled muscular body. And I love that. I love that. So I think that's what makes him irresistible to readers and Alara.
Yeah, honestly, you just say Dragon Gifter and it
Yeah,
is irresistible to me. But
100%.
chemistry in Deathbound, it's electric, okay? So what's your secret to writing that, like, I want to kill you, but also, like, I kind of want to kiss you energy?
Yes, no, we love that. So it comes down to emotional risk. You know what I mean? So like my characters aren't just drawn to each other, they challenge each other. So like they have to threaten each other, and expose each other's weaknesses.
Yeah.
I think when two characters stand on opposite sides of the war, and they still can't stay away from each other, like that kind of tension becomes electric. So like every touch and every glance, and it feels like a choice between surrender and like survival. And so like if it feels like it could destroy them as easily as it could save them, that's like a powerful emotion.
We also have a reader question for you, and this comes from Nadia, all the way from Athens, Greece. Shout out. What book written by one of your fellow writers would you have loved to have written yourself?
Powerless by Lauren Roberts, hand down.
Yes. Like, I love that book series.
There's like, I can't even,
I know.
Just hands down. No explanation needed.
You know what? Agreed. Well, don't go anywhere because we're going to pull you back up for a game in just a couple other interviews. So stay tuned, okay? Next up, we have authors Kel Carpenter and Aurelia Jane. Hello, Kel. I'm glad that you're here. Thank you for joining us. We're happy to have half of the brain that has brought us these wonderful books. So please welcome Kel and Aurelia here in spirit, the dynamic duo behind Beneath the Cursed Veil, an addictive romantasy that's taken readers by storm. Together, they've woven a world of magic, danger, and irresistible romance you won't want to leave. So let's talk about Beneath the Cursed Veil. I would love to know, how did you guys start writing together, you and Aurelia?
So Beneath the Cursed Veil is actually what we started writing like 5-6 years ago. We just put it under a pen name because we weren't sure if we were going to stick together or not at first. So we came back to it because we love the world and decided to rework it and like really make it fit our brand now. So yeah, that is actually how we started, was this story.
You've built multiple universes together as well. So how do you keep from like getting in each other's way when it comes to like the co-writing process? Like how have you developed that trust between you two where you're able to know that it's going to come together really cohesively?
I would say that would be respect. Honestly, at the end of the day, like you got to be friends and you got to respect each other, because if you don't respect each other, it's really easy for one person to kind of bulldoze over the other on accident without trying to, because it's a creative process, you know. Everyone feels very passionately about it. So I think going into it, if you hold your friendship and you respect each other, then that's really what keeps it in mind. Kind of similar to a marriage, honestly. Without that, it all just falls apart.
Totally. In your books, has someone ever taken over writing like a steamy scene and the other person read it and was like, girl, are we going to do that? Are we going that far? But slay.
Yeah. Sometimes I go a little nasty and AJ's got to pull me back a little bit, not gonna lie.
Got it. You're the dirty girl of the duo.
She's like, readers aren't gonna be on board with this, Kel. You know, we didn't agree on this. We didn't talk about this beforehand. And so I have to be like, well, skirt, okay.
I love that. Well, we have a reader question coming for you guys all the way from Quebec. Okay, Felly wants to know, in the Queen of Damned series, what gave you the awesome idea for the cute little raccoon?
I really wanted like a real life raccoon, and my partner told me I couldn't have one, so I said I was going to put it in the book and make it the most beloved character, and that's literally how that happened. I funneled all of my desire to have a pet raccoon into putting a pet raccoon in a book.
We're going to play a little game, you guys, and it's going to be called Spice Check. So let's bring the other authors up here. I'm going to give you a trope or a scenario, and then you have to tell me whether you would give it a spice level, mild, medium, or burn it down. Okay? You guys ready?
Yep, I'm ready.
Okay, age gap. Now, this is a personal favorite of mine, so take it away.
Medium.
Medium, okay.
Burn it down. I don't know. I'm weird about the age gap.
You get it.
Part of me likes it and part of me hates it. It really depends. I like a reverse age gap, weirdly. That one.
Okay.
Yes, me too.
I love it. All right, one bed, a classic in the romantasy space. There's always, it's rainy, you know, there's a tavern nearby.
Yes, burn it down.
Burn it.
I love that one. 10 stars.
Okay.
10 gold stars.
Love it. Why choose? I feel like there's no way that's not burn. You can give me a wholesome why choose.
Yeah, burn it down.
I'm going to burn it down.
Burn it down. Yeah. Billionaire romance.
Mild. Well, it depends. Is he like a tragic, like tortured billionaire that has to through his feelings? Like, that's what I need to know. You know, am I allowed to cuss on it? I don't know. Sorry.
Little late now.
You just gotta be yourself. It's all good.
Anyways. Like, it just depends on him as a person. Like,
yeah, totally.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with that as well, honestly. Billionaire, I'm kind of medium with it. Like,
Okay.
The billionaire part matters a lot less compared to the actual, like, character beneath. You know, the
Right.
man beneath the money. That is where...
The man beneath the money. Yes.
Okay, how do you guys feel about shadow daddies?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah?
Give
Mild, medium, burn it down?
burn it down.
I especially love if their shadows have a little bit of control of themselves. They're a little sentient, a little naughty.
I love the
Stalkers.
naughty shadows.
How do you guys feel about stalkers?
Stalkers?
Yeah.
Yes. 100%.
Yeah, I would burn it down. Because the stalker would burn it down for you.
Yes. Yes. I'm starting to notice a pattern in myself, though. I'm just saying burn it down for all of them, and I'm like, I have no...
Write it.
I'm just like, yeah, yes to it all. Maybe I need to, I don't know.
Fake dating.
That's one of my favorites, so I'm going with burn it down on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Burn it down. I like that one.
Yeah. You know why? It's because when there's fake dating, it's a tension-filled trope. Okay? Because it starts out, and then all of a sudden you kind of feel like they're fucking before they're actually doing. Because
the mutual pining with fake dating is just...
You know what I've never read, though? I've never read, like, a fake dating or fake courting in Romantasy. What about a marriage of convenience?
Medium. I like it. Yeah. It's, I don't know.
Or like a forced marriage. I see those in Romantasy a lot. Where it's like,
I do like
I can marry the Baron who's like really bad. Enemies to lovers.
I'll burn it down. Burn it down.
Can't go wrong with enemies to lovers.
Yeah. They're angry. Like that tension of like, I hate you, and then they kiss. Bam. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
There's nothing better.
Okay, well, if you guys were to create like the perfect kind of like burn it down trio of tropes, where you're like, I'm working with these three and we're gonna start a forest fire, what would those be?
Oh god. Enemies to lovers, one bed. Fake dating.
Girl, you stole my answer out of my mouth.
Should have spoke faster.
I was like, she's gonna say fake dating. Just waiting for it. Yep, fake dating.
That is amazing. You know what also I feel like fits into that, like forced proximity too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, like, I know that one bed is a forced proximity, but it's a little bit more broad, right? That's like one horse, and like they all fit under the umbrella of forced proximity. Well, you all did amazing. Thank you so much for playing our game. We are going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
What up, you frisky little f***s? Guess what? We found some people on the street, and we're going to talk to them about romance books. What's your name?
Julian.
Julian?
Steven.
If I were to say romantasy, what do you think romantasy means?
Like romance.
I think of it like love and lust, like a combination.
Yeah.
Romantasy is romance and fantasy put together. So
Okay.
it's a lot of like fae, vampires, things like that.
Twilight.
We like a little bit more adult content, you know what I mean? But yeah, I like it. What do you think nodding is?
Head?
Head? I mean, hey, you're
I-
kind of headed in the right direction.
Hey, okay.
I want to say rope tying because not, like rope, like a little bit like that.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
You know what? Those were great guesses.
Okay.
I'm gonna blow your minds. Are you ready?
Yeah.
So knotting happens a lot in more like primal werewolf shifter books, and it's when the male part knots in and locks into the female part.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Marry, kill. Vampires, werewolves, or fairies, like fae.
Vampires, fairies, marry, werewolves, kill.
Yeah. Why would you put them in that order? What made you want to go that way?
Well, because I don't know, fairies would be probably the type to marry. Vampires, easy, fucking done. And then werewolves, just put them down.
So do you think a monster can be a 10?
Probably.
Are we talking about look-wise or freaky-wise?
Oh, yeah. I mean,
You know, any way you want it, baby.
Honestly, don't know. I mean,
Yeah.
It depends on what kind of monster we're talking here.
like we're talking like big or like.
What?
I don't know.
Like a monster? What? We're talking about like the monster like Godzilla. And
Oh.
I mean, I guess I'll take it.
You're like, I guess I'll take it. I'll do it.
Next up, we have author Frankie Diane Malice. Frankie is an amazing romantasy author who is also a university professor when she's not writing. All right, boss babe. She's here to dive into her epic Drowned Empire duet. A forbidden romance set amid a court, intrigue, and ancient rivals. I'm sold. Well, let's talk about the Drowned Empire duet.
It's actually a series. So
Yeah.
actually going to be 7 books, and the 5th one is coming out this November. Yeah.
Okay. Much more than a duet.
Much more than a duet.
But you know what? I'm invested because when it's good, you never want it to end.
Yeah. I mean, that's the idea.
You walked away from traditional publishing and built a best-selling empire on your own terms. What pushed you to go indie, and what's been the most empowering part of that journey for you?
Well, the whole thing with traditional publishing is it takes so long, and you're basically just waiting for somebody else to say yes to you. And I had kind of gotten through like almost every stage other than just having the book published. And so it wasn't a question to me of like my talent, let's say, because I had a superstar agent, I had editors like meeting me and whatever, like a lot of things were happening behind the scenes. But at the end of the day, I was just like, you know what, like a lot of people are doing this by themselves. I could do this. Like, why not me? And so, and I love being in control of everything. So it's really been like the best decision I ever made.
Book talk has been all over Drowned Empire, okay? What's the wildest or most heartfelt thing a reader has said about the series?
Oh gosh. So my hero is like a consent king. Like it's huge with him. And so I actually, probably the most touching message I ever received from a reader, it was somebody who was like an SA survivor. And she said that basically like the spice in my series, like she was never comfortable with spice because of what happened. And it actually like made her comfortable again. And she actually found like consent becoming like erotic to her. So
Stop.
Yeah.
That gives me chills.
yeah.
What a powerful thing too, to like know that, just to have like that confirmation that like you wrote this character where that's such a big part of who he is, and how someone was like, no, that's exactly what I needed to hear.
Yeah. I'm like the person who's like basically writing like the most green flag ever, like MMC. So
That's amazing. Well, your reader question is coming from Melanie in Pennsylvania, and she wants to know, do you plot your books or do you just let the writing direct how the story goes?
well, because we know this is a 7-book series, what is plotted is basically what is going to happen, or the sort of the main thing that's going to happen in each book. I know exactly like the final image of every single one of the books. How I get there is kind of like up in the air. So I'm like halfway between a plotter and a pantser. So
Okay, I like the combo. Well, Don't go anywhere because we're going to be playing a game with you as well. So we'll see you in a minute, but let's welcome up our next author, Steph Green, the USA Today bestselling author of gothic, steamy, paranormal romance. Steph got a few books here she's promoting tonight, so let's jump right on into it, okay? We have A Dead and Stormy Night, Fangs for Nothing, You're So Dead to Me, and Shunned. Girl, do you ever stop? Is the question.
The answer is no.
Your stories have witches, graveyards, magical mysteries, and sometimes even murder. But your worlds are still full of heart. What makes darkness romantic for you?
So I think the thing is, when I was growing up, so I am legally blind, and part of my eye condition, in like a very literal sense, my eyes like prefer the darkness, and so there's this very literal like kind of a love of sort of the literal dark side, and then also I'm kind of really attracted to kind of the sort of the darker, the kind of gothic side of life, and you kind of interesting periods of history, like ancient Egypt and ancient Greece, and kind of places where we don't have a lot of we don't know everything. We don't have a lot of answers, and there's a lot of like wonderful kind of filling in the blanks, and like not knowing what's around the corner and things like that I find really attractive about the dark side. And so one of the books that I've got is this one, which is the first book in the Nevermore bookshop series, A Dead and Stormy Night. And this is about a heroine who is also going blind, and she ends up working in this magical bookshop that brings infamous fictional villains from classical literature to life. And it's a wide choose, and she falls in love with Heathcliff from Wuthering Heights, and Moriarty from Sherlock Holmes, and Quoth, the shape-shifting raven from Edgar Allan Poe. And these are all heroes who are, from the dark side. They're all sort of anti-heroes, or kind of ominous birds of yore, I suppose. And so it was really fun to kind of take all these things, like all these elements of things that I absolutely love, and then like twist them and make them, like give them a second chance, like make them a little bit lighter and a little bit more fun and really, really, really sexy, and throw in a little bit of murder as well.
Why not? Who does not like an anti-hero too? Like, I fall for the villain every single time. Make them dark, make them broody, make them tortured, and I'm in. Well, we have Ava from Spain, and she wants to know, when writing fantasy and magic systems, how do you decide what balances what? How do you manage not to give the MCs the ultimate power?
What an interesting question. So I guess the thing is that power is so interesting in books because in order for you to have a book where the hero or the heroines can't just solve everything with magic on the second page, that power cannot be all encompassing. It has to come with consequences, or it has to, there has to be reasons why they can't use it or are forbidden from using it, or things like that. And so it's actually the constraints that you put around people's powers, or their abilities, that is where the interesting story lies. Because if everyone can just solve anything with magic, you don't really have a book. That's
totally. It's like even Superman had to have kryptonite.
Exactly.
Totally. All right. Well, you stick around. We're going to be bringing you back up for a game here really soon, and it's a fun one. Okay, so zoom back in, and we're going to bring up our next author, Julie Hall. Hello, Julie. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for inviting me to, what did you call it? The Love Lounge?
The Love Lounge.
I love it.
Well, Julie Hall is also a USA Today best-selling author, Slay Queen, multi-award winning also known for igniting YA paranormal fantasy with fierce heroines. And tonight she's here to discuss Creatures of Chaos. So let's talk about it. There are some seriously swoon-worthy love interests across your series. So do you have a personal favorite book boyfriend that you've written?
Oh gosh. No, you can't ask questions like that. When you ask questions like that to authors, it's like
Authors
choosing
always say it's like picking your
one.
favorite
You,
child.
you can't do it. It usually is whoever I'm writing, right? In the current moment, which is tricky because I have two in my current series here, my Creatures of Chaos series, right? There's two boys in it, two guys in it. So that's a little tricky. I'll say the type of guy that I usually like to write though. I love my morally gray guys, right? Because there's so much to dig in. And like, I know they're delicious. There's so much to dig in, to work with, and the angst and what made them that way. But also something that I've realized about myself is, so like I married the like sweet cinnamon roll, amazing support, all those things, completely undamaged dude. Like my favorite superhero is Superman. Speaking of Superman. And so what I found that I do with a lot of my characters is they are morally gray, but they're kind of secret cinnamon rolls too on the inside. They have this side to them that is like, so great and so solid, but it just takes a little digging to get there. And I just love playing in that area where you get to dig and find out who that character really is, what made him that way, and then they're a completely different way to the main character, the heroine, than they are, to everybody else. And I like to make sure you get to that point actually before they kind of get together, because like I said, I married the good guy, and so that kind of sticks with me. But I most of my main characters are morally gray men.
Yeah, what I heard an author explain to me once is that their characters were kind of like an ice cream bar that's like dipped in chocolate, where you have to like the crunchy hard exterior to be like the sweet gooey inside.
Yeah, or like the Shrek onion analogy or whatever. You got to get through.
Sure.
So I like the multi-dimensional there.
Well, your books are also packed with action, magic, and romance. But what's one moment, big or small, that you're most proud of writing, where you're just like, nailed that?
That's hard. Again, you're asking me to pick between moments, right? It's always whatever I'm writing. I will say one that stood out to me recently is I just finished writing this Creatures of Chaos is the first book in the series. It's this one. I just finished writing Kingdom of Chaos, which is the second book in the series. And so it's really fresh in my mind. And something happened in this book that has never happened to me in writing before. I've been writing for like 10 years or something like that. Is I'm writing this scene, and all of a sudden I was like, what is this stuff coming from my eyes? What? And I was crying when I was writing the scene. And that's never happened to me because, as the writer, I know what's going to happen already. I've already kind of mentally gone through that emotional anguish. So by the time I put it on the page, I already know. And I was so wrapped up in that scene and what was happening. And it was so heartbreaking to me that I started crying. Now, having said that, readers who are all freaking out right now, because I'm not going to lie, this is a gnarly cliffhanger. This is like the worst one I've ever done. And they're probably sitting there going, are you doing that again? I'm not. And my books do end in happily ever after. I have done something with the series. I don't want to give too much away that I really think readers are going to be pleased with, because I'm kind of making everybody happy. It is not why I choose, though, if you guys are asking me that with how to make everyone happy. But anyway, the scene, it just broke me. So anyway, I'm excited for readers to get the second book and to hear the reactions. And I knew I was that emotionally in depth. This is the scene.
Break your heart this time, but maybe not as bad as the last time. So we have a reader question from Megan in California, and she wants to know, what is the one most helpful thing you do to take a random idea for a story that's rattling around your brain and craft it into an actual book?
Because that is how the stories start, right? They start as just like this little seed of something. And honestly, I think that it's just, I just spend a lot of time really percolating on it. I do, weirdly enough, my most of my thinking about story comes in when I'm taking a shower or when I'm driving. And I think that they're just things that you do and your brain can kind of whatever. And so to take that seed of a story and build off of but it usually happens when I'm doing something else like that. And unfortunately, both of those things you can't write, right? I'm in the shower. I can't just like pull out a piece of paper, or in the car, sometimes I'll do voice notes. And so sometimes I have to like really hang on to whatever it is I thought.
Yeah, I've had others tell me that they had an idea in the shower and literally ran their naked, dripping wet body out of the shower to their phone or to a notepad to write.
Oh, I have done that before because I'm like, I'm going to forget or whatever. Yeah. But usually, I mean, sometimes a whole scene will come to me when I'm in the shower and I'm like, don't forget.
Oh gosh. Well, I'm glad that that's your process. We're going to go into our next game, This or That Romantasy Edition. I'm going to give you 2 romance-related items. Then I need you to tell me which one you would prefer. And some of these are really hard. Okay, morally gray, golden retriever.
I mean, I already gave you my answer. They look like they're morally gray, but they're actually a golden retriever. So
yeah, my answer is also why not both?
We're cheating.
We're totally cheating.
Really answer, though. She was going to say golden retriever, right?
I'm totally the golden retriever answer. So
I get it, girl. I get it. Slow burn or love at first sight?
Slow burn.
Slow burn.
Slow burn.
Yeah, I feel like in Romantasy, there can be good love at first sight, but part of the story building is the slow burn. I get it.
Slow burn.
This one, I don't know if I could choose. Because they're 2 of some of my favorite things. Love triangle or fated mates?
Love triangle.
I know I liked you.
Yeah, I think love triangle, even though it gets hate sometimes, can be one of the best tropes if it is done correctly. If it's done correctly, it is so amazing and so delicious. That's all the times that it's done not well that gives it a bad rap.
Yeah, I'm sort of not a big fated mates fan because I don't like the idea. I really don't like the idea of sort of destiny pushing people together. I kind of love this idea in romance where you sort of take 2 characters who absolutely should not be together and then make, like, despite everything, making them fall in love. And I think that's way more fun than, oh, I've found my, like, the person who I was destined to be with. I don't find that as interesting. Whereas love triangle, so interesting.
I mean, but I'm more like soulmates than fated mates. I like the idea more, like, kind of with you stuff, like, not that you're like being pushed together, that you're choosing each other, but I love the idea of there being some prior connection, like something bigger than the 2 of you, but also you're only together because that's your choice very much in this life. So
100%. Oh, secret identity or forbidden love?
I like forbidden love.
I'm all about forbidden love. Yes.
We have a consent.
Forbidden love's the main trope in my series, so yes, forbidden love.
Like, tell me that I can't love him and I will. Okay, last one. We'll do map or fan art?
Ooh, fan art. Sorry, that was fast.
No, I love it.
I used to be an archaeologist, so I have to say map because there's something about maps that just makes me really, really happy.
Really cool. Yeah.
I'm torn. I actually have 3 different maps for my series, and I'm thinking about getting a 4th. But I love fan art, so
you're going.
I'm just both.
I've just figured out places to stick fan art too. That like here, let me pull this up. On my Creatures of Chaos, I was like, oh look, you can stick it right here too. I mean, I literally have it everywhere in this book. It's just like disgusting how much I've thrown in there. So yeah, I'm obsessed with fan art.
I love to support artists too. Well, thank you ladies so much for playing. We'll be right back.
We are at the Black Dagger Brotherhood after party with Love on Demand, and we're with
Jesse and Bree.
So how's tonight been?
It's been amazing, phenomenal, orgasmic. We're so moist, we can't even walk.
Slip and slides, that's how we're getting out of here. So if you had to choose between vampires, werewolves, or fae, who are you picking?
Oh, vampires.
Yeah.
I know. Werewolves.
So you like them hairy?
Oh, okay, listen to me, I like diet furries.
What the is a diet furry?
How do you describe a diet furry? Tails and ears,
okay.
Some claws.
Not full, like, snout. Like,
no snout.
Let's be real, vampires always #1 because who doesn't like to have their neck nibbled on a little bit?
Hold on. Werewolves will
Werewolves
nibble.
will do that
Werewolves
too.
will nibble.
I'm sorry,
and,
but perhaps
and,
I'm like a little pain with my, Here's the thing. You said werewolves, vampires, or fae. You didn't include fallen angels. And here's the thing. We all love a man with wings.
Ooh, okay. Who's your favorite man with wings? There's a lot of them.
So I actually have a character in a tabletop RPG that I play. His name is Sidril. He is a fallen angel, and he has wings that are literally on fire. And he is hot. We call him 12-ab Jesus.
Yes. We go to church every Tuesday.
We go to church, yes.
Hell yeah.
Amen.
But anyways,
Hell yeah.
fallen angel, in terms of the series, who would you choose?
Oh. Adrian, probably. Adrian.
Give me a scene that just did it. You said panties off.
Oh no. Him and Davina in the boathouse.
When they're disgruntled and they don't want something and they don't want to admit they have that passion for each other, and they're like, oh, it, and they just give into it, you're like, oh, yes!
I'm sold. You sold me.
J.R. Ward does it.
I want you to look into the camera and give me your favorite spicy word.
I like it. Me, you, us.
I'm gonna go with the meme here. Slick folds.
Yeah!
Yeah, he
That's-
pushed her leg up over his shoulder.
Okay, I guess-
and penetrated her slick folds. Oh, baby, let's go!
Okay. Cut the tapes. We're done.
Welcome back. Okay, next up, we're going to be chatting with author Lexi C. Foss. She specializes in a monster-filled world where danger and desires collide. And tonight, she's here to unleash Their Lethal Pet, a standalone reverse harem paranormal. Is it a series or is it a standalone? I'd love to know.
Their Lethal Pet is a standalone, but it's part of the Monsters Night universe. So,
Okay, so it's both. It's like
Yeah,
you
it's
could
both.
read it by itself, but also there's an order to it.
Yes.
Love that. Well, with over 50 books, girl, why do you write like you're running out of time? I love that so much. What world was the most fun to build, and which one do you think was the darkest?
All right. Well, all of the worlds are fun to build. That's why I have so many of them. I have so many worlds in my head, but Midnight Fae definitely sticks out to me. And that's actually the pre-order that I have on my Beventi form. It's Forbidden by the Fae, so it's a special order. And so it's a all black interior. It's beautiful. But anyway, that world was definitely the most fun for me. But as far as darkest, I would probably go with either my X-Clan world or my Blood Alliance world. Those are the two that I say have no ceiling, which means I can go as raunchy and as dark as I want.
She burst through it. Well, vampires, fae, dragons, alphas, omegas, who is the most dangerous to fall in love with, do you think?
I think they all have their own dangers to them. I do think that there is something very dangerous about vampires because they, especially if you're a human, which is probably one of my favorite things to write because it's just so much fun because the human is fragile and could just be eaten in a lot of ways. But yeah, so I always enjoy the dynamic between vampires and humans, but I do think that vampires tend to be the most dangerous. But I would also say that fallen angels could they have a lot of power, and I think gods have a lot of power. So I really it depends on the character and the voice.
Yes. Well, you also have a book that we're going to be giving away. It's Their Lethal Pet Special Edition.
It goes in the box.
Oh,
so it's like, so yeah, it's
that's amazing. It's a sleeve. So you could have it both ways, okay?
Yeah.
And we have a reader question for you all the way from Australia. And Eloise wants to know, if you were stranded on an island with one of your characters, who would it be and why?
Okay, so I'm going to cheat and I'm going to say Jacques from my Immortal Curse series because he's a teleporter.
Ah! She found it.
Take me away.
I'm getting off this island.
Yeah, so I could just get off the island.
Well, you stick around, Lexi, and we're going to be bringing you back up for a game really soon. Next up, we have author Colette Rose. Let's give a warm welcome to paranormal romance sensation Colette Rose. She's here to tell us about Taste of Grace, an addictive slow burn reverse harem. Hello.
Hi, how's it going?
It's Great. We're having a great time here. Well, you have a degree in ancient history, which is super cool, and love weaving myth into your worlds. What's one piece of mythology or historical truth you snuck into a book that readers might not even realize?
Well, I feel like in State of Grace, like I laid it on pretty thick, so it's probably pretty obvious for that one. But for Luxuria, the first in my monster series, I was actually writing a Hades and Persephone retelling already, and reading a lot of monster romance, and everything kind of smushed together in my brain. So Luxuria is very much a Hades and Persephone take on romance.
That's amazing. And your Shades of Sin and State of Grace series both have heavy paranormal elements. Do you have a favorite creature or supernatural species to write?
That's such a hard question. I think like
There's so many.
it kind of yeah, depends how like I don't know how hard I want to make it for myself. Sometimes I'm like I want to keep it easy, and then I'm like, oh, Omega Verse, like there's a pretty strict set of rules, right? And I can kind of follow those. Well, you have some creative license, but if you want to do like big magic systems, then it gets a lot more complicated. But I love any shadow magic is good. Any dream walking, all that kind of thing is a lot of fun.
Well, what's one moment across all of your books that readers message you about the most, whether it's spicy, heartbreaking, or funny?
I think it would be chapter 10 from Luxuria. So Luxuria is meant to be like a kind of comedic take, I guess, on the miscommunication trope. Maybe a hot take. I love a little bit of miscommunication. I think it'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But chapter 10 is the moment where he realizes that he's not smelling her fear. It's something else that is going on there.
Yeah. He's like, wait a second.
Hold on. Yeah.
Have you found your kind of degree in ancient history super helpful in writing?
Especially in the State of Grace series, I found it really, really helpful. Like I did a paper on ancient warfare, and then I just translated a lot of the battle tactics into the like big war scenes. And part of it was spite, right? Everybody was like, "You're never going to use this degree." Yes, I will. Yes, I will. I will use it in all my books. Thank you.
Yes, I love that. Well, we have Shivani from Austin, and she wants to know what is the weirdest thing you've had to research about a book you're writing?
I wouldn't even know where to begin with that. My search history is a nightmare. Like I always just incognito and then search weird questions, like just in case. I don't know. I feel like it's probably not helping. No, I can't think of one off the top of my head. I'm sorry.
It's because you know so much already. It's just like
life takes you weird places when you write paranormal romance.
For sure. But you were never like writing a book and went, I don't know what that is. I gotta double check that real quick.
I mean, I live in New Zealand. I have always lived in New Zealand, and a lot of my books take place in the US. So sometimes I'll be like researching very nuanced like state laws and things to figure out like what would happen in this situation. Yeah. I haven't even been to these places.
All right. Well, let's get you back in the wings and we'll bring you back up for a game really quick. But we're going to be talking to Angela J. Ford next. She is a best-selling author known for epic worlds, swoon-worthy magic, and high-stakes romance. She's here to cast a spell with Mage Bride. Across your books, you love pairing powerful heroines with equally dangerous love interests. What makes a romantic dynamic really sizzle when you're writing those sort of like polar opposites?
This is really love the whole like opposites, and then I also love that each of the characters is really strong on their own. They can all like really stand alone, but they each bring something unique to the picture. Really helps them be more powerful together. And so that's really a message I have really throughout my books. Like you'll notice that, she'll be really powerful in one way, he'll be really powerful in one way. And then when they come together, it's just this explosion, just hitting magic. So I love that vibe.
For sure. Like she doesn't need you, but she'll make you work for it.
Exactly. Like they don't need each other. There's not that like, oh my gosh, I need you. It's more like,
yeah,
whoa,
and not a damsel.
We're together. This is fantastic.
I love that. Well, you've got a killer marketing strategy, book boxes, TikTok, direct sales, all of it. What's one piece of advice you give to indie authors trying to stand out today in the publishing world?
Yeah, so I think it's really important to really find what you're good at and lean into that a little bit more. So I absolutely love, like, I love the beautiful books, like the gold foil bookmarks. I love the artwork. I know that, sometimes like maybe all the character on the front covers aren't the most popular trend, but it's really fun to lean into that. And I love selling direct. I love being able to write a note in there and to say, here you go. Here's your beautiful unboxing. Enjoy. And so that's a strength that I have. I have a background really in business and marketing and websites. And so I just lean hard into that because that is. And then I would also say have fun with whatever you're doing. Just make sure you're having a good time because I've tried some things and they weren't fun for me. And after a little bit, I was like, wait, I don't have to do this. I get back from that and think that's really fun. I'm all about the fun.
That's amazing. And I will say, like, as a reader, receiving those boxes, it feels like my birthday or Christmas every time I open it, especially when they're special editions with the foiling and sprayed edges. And like, if it's signed, I'm obsessed.
Yes. Yes. You want to feel like you're getting a gift. And so I love that vibe.
Yes, absolutely. Well, Gisela from Houston, Texas wants to know if you could only write one trope forever and ever, which would it be and why?
I romantasy, but I also love a bit more of the thriller, the mystery involved. And so that's why Mage Bride not only have a little bit of the elements of forbidden, but it also has more of that mystery element to it. And so there is, like right away, you want to know who did it. And you can guess that as you read the book. So I love that.
I would love to bring all of you authors back up for our next game, which is going to be called Kiss, Kill, or Crown. So I'm going to list out 3 items, and I need you to tell me who you'd kiss, kill, or crown, which would be like marry, right? Okay, first one, classic, vampires, werewolves, fae.
I'm actually going to kill the vampire.
Okay.
I'm going to crown the fae, and then the werewolves. Well, you got it.
Well, what about you, Lexi?
I feel like I would kiss the vampire and probably kill the fae because I'm working on a fae book right now and they're pissing me off. And and then I would crown the werewolf.
Okay.
I think I would kiss the vampire, kill the werewolf. I'm sorry, werewolves. The fae. Kill the only one that has a similar lifespan to me.
Well, what about witches, pirates, dragon riders?
I would kill the witches, kiss the pirates, and crown the dragon riders because I want a pet dragon.
As well, yeah.
Okay, that's really good. I would do the same, except I think I would crown the pirate and kiss the dragon rider.
Okay. That's a pretty good order to do.
Yeah, I think I would do the same as Lexi. I love the idea of the pirate, but if I go overboard, like, I'm not a good enough swimmer, so.
For sure. Well, I mean, I feel like when it comes to your kingdom, why would you not want dragons on your side, So, mermaids, shifters, fallen angels.
Oh, that's hard.
This is really hard.
I know!
I think I'm killing the mermaid. Just the ocean is too scary.
I think I would crown the mermaids because I love water and I was a swimmer for a long time. So I'm going to say I would kill the fallen angels because they just come back. So I'm going to cheat and then I would kiss the shifters.
I would kill the fallen angels, kiss the mermaids, and then crown the shifter.
Okay. What about enemies to lovers, fated mates, love triangle?
I would kill the love triangle because I'm a white Jewish person. I would probably kiss fated mates, and what was the other one? Was enemies to lovers, right? That's definitely the crown for me, anyway.
Yeah,
I'm the same.
And those are great combinations.
I'll put the fated mates up top.
Yeah.
The enemies whoever's so
I think that's like a solid answer for that, for sure. Well, thank you guys so much for playing. We'll be right back.
Hey lovers, it's Cassandra with Love on Demand here at HEA Reader Event in Indianapolis, and today we are here with
Dave.
What is your favorite type of romance to read?
I'm a big city boy who dreams about small towns. I need my billionaire to come into the small town and take over my farm.
Vampire, werewolf, or fae?
Vampire. I mean, I'm here for a werewolf too, for real. Like, I'm here for a hairy man too, for real.
Favorite vampires?
Ooh, it's either gonna be the Sookie Stackhouse series or it's gonna be the Anita Blake series.
Ooh. They hit right.
All 20-something books of
20-something books?
Yeah, like
that's like the Ruby Dixon, the Ice Planet Barbarians. There's like 37 of them.
Well, I'm here for that.
Have you read the Ice Planet Barbarians?
I have not, but I'm here for a barbarian too. Let's go.
Dive in, aliens, double pronged, giant.
Which romance book made you start to question your morals?
Oh yeah.
Ooh. Little Stranger.
Yeah! I said, why do I wish I had a foster brother?
So I was at work, and by chapter 5, I was like, I need to close this now.
I can't do this here.
I need to close this now.
There's so many hot bookmen. So many hot. They live in our minds rent free. Which one, off the top of your head, would you let ruin your life? In the best way.
Oh my God. Ooh, that put me on the spot, because there's a few. Vicious from the Black Dagger Brotherhood. Camera, oh my God, I'm sorry. His eyes would turn and I would turn. Andrew, whatever, who plays Zadist.
He's gorgeous. They're all gorgeous. He's good at his job.
Yeah,
Say that.
No, he really is, though, for real.
He was so much fun, when I tell you, and gorgeous, right? Well, next up, we have author Casey Blair. Please welcome best-selling author of hopeful fantasy who blends found family, magic, and heart in every single tale. She's here tonight to steep us in A Coup of Tea, a captivating first installment of the Tea Princess Chronicles. Hey, girl!
Hello.
My first question for you is, in the Tea Chronicles, your heroine navigates politics, power, and proper brews. What inspired the idea of building an entire fantasy series around tea, and how did you keep it feeling adventurous and high stakes while still being like cozy?
So actually I used to work at a root beer store. Okay. And it turns out there are enough root beers out there to have an entire store devoted to root beer. But I had all of these like weird small business stories, and I was with like some other fantasy writers, and they were like, you should totally make this a fantasy book. And I was like, you know, random shenanigans of a small business is not like a book on its own, and root beer is not really fantasy, but tea is fantasy, and magic tea is fantasy. And so it kind of, the whole idea came out of like building a book around a tea shop and what you could do with the tea shop. And how to keep having adventures. So another big part of the seed for this series was the idea, I'd read about one of the former princesses of Japan who was leaving the royal family and had to practice things like how to shop at a grocery store, because they were things that she'd never had to do before. And that idea of like the fish out of water, but coming from that kind of background where you're used to dealing with politics and really high level all the time, and then trying to meld into a tea shop, and the way somebody with a lot of privilege might be able to actually use that in a small community to help lift up that community. And a very magical community. Like, this is a tea shop that's dealing with magical ingredients, and sometimes very explosively. So it's very like, in the tea shop, we're trying to help people, but also there's occasionally like surprise explosion. There's some injustice that needs righting. And so you keep the adventure going, but also have this really cozy heart that's really the center that everything revolves around.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I picture myself in a room by a window. It's raining, candles, blanket. And you also have a copy that we're going to be giving away this evening. A Coup of Tea hardcover. Let's see it. Can we take a moment? Look, it's giving Arabian Nights. I love the color palette. I love the artwork, the dragon, everything about it. Your cover design.
Thank you. Yeah, I love it. It was like, we have dragons, we have tea, and it's magic tea. You know, we've got the kind of the fire, it's both magical, you got kind of like the hearth place cozy vibes. Like, that's what we're doing here. We're doing cozy, we're doing magic.
And you executed it perfectly. And Sarah, a reader from Alabama, wants to know, what genre would you like to try to write?
Cozy fantasy is currently my bestseller, but I write epic romantasy, I write urban romantasy. Someday I would love to do like a progression fantasy romance where like the heroine is like leveling up, like getting more and more badass every book, and also they're her heroes so that they stay like challenging each other the whole way up. I think that would be so much fun.
Love a match for match moment. Well, you definitely stick around. We're going to be playing another game, but I'm here to introduce Heather Renee, USA Today best-selling author of the Wolves of Lunara series, a shifter romance. She's here to talk about A Curse of Shadows and A Crown of Fates, two standalone stories filled with fated mates and all the heat heart fans love. For readers new to your work, where is the perfect place to start, and which series do you have a soft spot for?
So most of my readers find me through a world I created called Mystics of Mayhem. And the most popular one, I brought props, is going to be my Broken Court series. This is the first book in that timeline, though all of them can be read on their own, no plot crossovers. But this one, Start of the World, it has a snarky kind of anti-heroine female MC who she's very special.
Yes, and you know what? Say what you want about all the beautiful cover art in all genres. Personally, I think fantasies have some of the best special edition shelf trophies. That was stunning. And you write fated mates across several series.
Yeah.
What's your secret to keeping that bond full of tension and surprise, even when destiny is involved?
The secret? Well, you don't make it easy. Which is always good. You know, it's entertaining, but then sometimes it's, while I'm not making it easy on them, I'm also not making it easy on me while I write it, because I'm like, can we just get there already?
Or us readers. You make it really hard on us readers.
Right. But I love slow burn. I love the tension, the buildup, the doubts. I really love an emotionally scarred, especially male main character, you know, who's like, oh, I can't do this. Or I love my stubborn females who are like, no. This is, I didn't, like my best-selling series, She Was a Human, found out she actually has a wolf shifter gene, and she was like, no, I don't want to be a part of this world. Like, you can't tell me who I'm going to be with for the rest of my life. And I love
shifter because she found her mate.
Yeah. And I love when they're just like, no, because every reader is like, no, you want this. I swear you want this.
Well, you also have a book that we're going to be giving away, A Curse of Shadows.
This one was so much fun to write. It has a murder mystery in it.
Stop. And also, like, which direction would you even display that on? Any direction. And it's a beautiful mantelpiece. I love it. Well, we also have a question from Caitlin, and she wants to know, out of all your books, which one is your favorite, or that you hold a lot of sentimental value to?
I would say sentimental value is going to be my Luna Marked series. That was the series that really made me feel like an author, and it allowed me to go full-time authoring, and it's where I really, really fell in love with wolf shifters, and now I lean really hard into that. So yeah, Luna Marked is going to be my baby.
I'm telling you, wolf shifters, when I first started reading, my bread and butter. One after the other, I could not get enough. So I'm here with you. Well, let's bring the rest of our authors up to the stage. We are going to be playing Hot or Hex, okay? I'm going to read out some lines from Romantasy books, and you're going to tell us whether you think it is hot, a real line someone has written in a book, or hexed. Something we totally made up. Okay? Complete BS.
I love it.
Okay.
Oh, here we go.
So, the quote is, I'm about to introduce you to all 7 gods. When you meet them, don't forget to tell them I'm the one you worship on your knees.
Ooh. Oh, please say that's hot.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's hot because I want it to be a real one.
Same.
It is hot, and it is from Quicksilver, King
Okay.
Mister. All right, next one. Careful, princess. Why? Because I don't want to you for the first time in an alleyway 3 feet from a pile of entrails.
Oh yeah, that's hot.
Yeah, hot.
For sure.
That is indeed hot, and it is from The Serpent and the Wings of Night.
I knew that one sounded familiar. There we go.
That was in there.
Like ringing some bells. The vibes just kind of like reach deep down.
Uh-huh. If you're going to run from me, at least have the courtesy to do it in heels. I like hearing your fear echo.
Ooh. I'm gonna say hexed, but I hope it's hot.
I'm gonna say hot. I feel like I'm guessing.
It is hexed.
Okay.
Whoever made that up on the Love on Demand team, snaps. You write that book, girl. You write that book. All right, the next one. That's a good girl. Now feed me the rest. She grabbed the bowl of fruit and began peeling the next orange.
I'm gonna say hexed, because if we're doing good girl and feeding, that's not the thing that I expect you to be feeding him.
I'm gonna say the same thing. I was like, orange really, it's so hard for me to peel an orange.
Yeah, you know what? My husband is my orange peel guy. I couldn't even tell you the last time I peeled an orange by myself.
No,
I'm
same.
See these peels? No. It is in fact hexed. We made this up. And the last one, the quote says, you look all frail and breakable, but you're really a violent little thing, aren't you?
Oh, yes. That's Fourth Wing.
Yeah. Sure. I don't even need to tell you whether there's no guessing.
Nope.
You see the chat, everyone's like, hot, 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 hot.
They know. They're here for it.
Daddy Zayden doesn't play. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for playing. We have a bunch of winners here for our giveaways, okay? And I want to apologize in advance. This is handwritten, and if I mispronounce your name, I apologize. But, okay. And a huge thank you to everyone who joined us tonight. Are you guys ready? Beventi, all the winners will be reaching out to you guys directly via email. So keep an eye on your inbox, okay? If I call your name. Ready? Okay, so the winner for Casey Blair's A Coup of Tea hardcover is Danielle Coughlin. A.K. Kuntz's special edition of To Tame a Shifter is Amy K. Varnell. Ines Johnson, her copy of Dark Vintage in the hardback is Brittany Klingshiam. Lexi C. Foss for their Lethal Pet goes to Nicole Miller. Olivia Wildstein's My Dark Beast Special Edition goes to Diane Logsdon. Heather Renee, A Curse of Shadow Special Edition goes to Stacy Saya. Hannah Hayes' Storm of Shadows Special Edition hardback Black Edition goes to Josie Findley. Am I jealous of you guys all? Yes. Yes, I am. But thank you guys so much for joining us. A huge thank you to all of the incredible authors and readers who joined us tonight. The virtual signing's fun. It's not over yet. It continues through the end of the week, so don't miss your chance to grab stunning special edition books from your favorite authors and maybe even discover some new ones. Just follow the link below to explore and shop. We also want to give one more big shout out to Beventi. We love you, and Love on Demand for making tonight possible. Be sure to follow them on social media and stay up to date on the latest romance event and entertainment. I'm your host, Cassandra. Thank you so much for joining us in the Love Lounge here in Austin, Texas. And this is not going to be the last of these. This was fun, wasn't it? I had a blast. So we'll see you again, and have a great night.